Be me, Laura, 55, HR director at a IT firm in Portland. Divorced 10 years, raised my son Michael as a single mom, and honestly, I did a damn good job. No help from his father Robert, who checked out emotionally long before the divorce papers were signed. I raised Michael to be different, to be better than the men of Robert's generation. It's Thursday night, and I'm hosting book club at my condo. We're discussing the feminine mystique for the third time, because honestly, it never gets old. 6 of us crammed into my living room, wine glasses in hand, talking about how we've shattered our own suburban prisons. The problem is that women still do the majority of household labor, Sarah says, my closest friend in the group. She's a corporate lawyer, divorced twice, no kids. Even in progressive households, women cook, clean, manage the family calendar. Exactly why I never fell into that trap, I interrupt, refilling my glass. When Michael was growing up, I made sure he learned self-sufficiency. I didn't cook elaborate meals or hover over him. Microwave dinners, takeout, whatever. I told him, I'm not your servant. Learn to feed yourself. The other women nod approvingly. This is my audience. These are the women who get it. And now he's 28, fully functional, works as a software engineer, does his own laundry, cooks his own meals. I didn't raise him to expect some woman to sacrifice her life to make him comfortable. That's amazing, Laura, Jennifer says. So many mothers enable their sons to be helpless. My phone buzzes. Michael's name lights up the screen. I excuse myself, stepping into the kitchen. Hey honey, what's up? Hey mom, quick question. Can I bring someone to Thanksgiving next week? My heart does a little leap. Michael's been single for 2 years since his last girlfriend, another software engineer, decided to move to Austin for a startup opportunity. They parted amicably, both too career-focused to make long-distance work. I'd been wondering when he'd start dating again. Of course. Who is she? Her name's May. We met at work. She was consulting with our supply chain team. She's getting her master's degree. I really want you to meet her. May? I repeat, testing the name. Is she Chinese? Yeah. International student. She's amazing, Mom. Really kind, really smart. I'm already picturing her. Probably second generation, hyphenated last name, strong opinions about representation in tech, maybe writes Medium articles about microaggressions. One of those fierce Asian American women who don't take shit from anyone. I can't wait to meet her, I say, genuinely excited. Does she have any dietary restrictions? No, she eats everything. Actually, she's an incredible cook. She's been teaching me about regional Chinese cuisine. Oh, that's nice, I say, though something about that sentence sits weird with me. Teaching him? But I brush it off. Well, bring her by around 2. We'll have plenty of time to chat. I return to book club practically glowing. Michael's bringing his girlfriend to Thanksgiving. She's getting her master's degree. Sounds very impressive. What's her field? Sarah asks. He didn't say, but she's Chinese, so probably something technical. You know how Asian families are about education. Sarah raises an eyebrow at that comment, but doesn't say anything. I text Michael, just bring yourselves. Maybe May could bring a salad or something? He responds immediately. She's already planning to bring homemade dumplings. She's excited to meet you. Homemade dumplings. Okay, that's sweet. I imagine us bonding in the kitchen, talking about the challenges of being women in male-dominated fields, sharing stories about microaggressions and glass ceilings. I look around my condo. Minimalist, modern, lots of grey and white. Frame degrees on the wall. A few art prints. It's clean because I pay someone to clean it every 2 weeks. The fridge hums quietly, mostly empty except for yogurt, salad mix, and wine. The freezer's packed with lean cuisines. This is the life I chose. Freedom, independence, no one to answer to. I check Michael's Instagram. His latest post shows dumplings with perfect pleats. Caption, learning from the best. A comment from Mei-Chen. Teacher is proud. Her profile picture, soft smile, floral sundress. Something about it bothers me. I close the laptop. I'm overthinking. Michael knows what I value in women: intelligence, independence, strength. He wouldn't date someone who didn't embody those qualities. Would he? Thanksgiving arrives cold and grey, typical Portland November. I've set the table with my good dishes, the ones I got in the divorce, Robert's mother's china that she passive-aggressively said, I might as well keep since no one else wants them. Sarah arrives first with wine, then Jennifer with some kind of grain salad, then 2 other book club members. I told them I wanted them here as a buffer, though I didn't say that explicitly. Just, come meet Michael's new girlfriend. The more the merrier. The doorbell rings at 2:15. I check my reflection in the hallway mirror. Grey sweater, jeans, minimal makeup. Casual, but put together. I open the door. Michael stands there, glowing. That's the only word for it. He's gained weight. Maybe 15 pounds, but it looks good on him. Filled out his face. He's wearing a button-down I've never seen. Actually ironed. Next to him is May. She's tiny. Maybe 5'2", wearing a cream-coloured dress with small flowers, brown cardigan, hair long and shiny past her shoulders. Natural makeup. She's holding a large covered dish with both hands, and when she sees me, her whole face lights up. Mrs. Martinez, so happy to finally meet you. Her accent is noticeable, but her English is clear. Michael talks about you all the time. Laura, please, I say, taking the dish from her. It's heavy and still warm. Come in, come in. I put the dish on the counter and turn back. May is already slipping off her shoes at the door, something I never asked anyone to do. She's lining them up neatly next to Michael's. Can I help with anything in the kitchen? She asks immediately. Oh no, we're all set. Come meet everyone. I introduce her to my friends. She shakes each person's hand, makes eye contact, remembers names immediately. She sits next to Michael on the couch, not quite touching, but close. He keeps looking at her like she might disappear. Sarah tries to break the ice. So May, Michael mentioned you're in a master's program? Oh yes, supply chain management. But actually, I'm taking a pause. She glances at Michael, smiling. Michael got promoted to senior engineer, and the position requires relocation to Seattle. It's such a good opportunity for him, for us, so I decided my program can wait. The room temperature drops about 10 degrees. Wait, I say, trying to keep my voice light. You're leaving your master's program. Just pausing, May says, not seeming to register my tone. The program will be there. But this opportunity for Michael, he worked so hard. I want to support him. But what about your career? Jennifer asks gently. May tilts her head, genuinely confused by the question. This is good for both our futures. When you love someone, you make these choices together. Right now, supporting Michael's career makes sense. Michael cuts in. And in a few years when May wants to finish her degree or pursue something else, we'll make that work. It's a partnership. A partnership where she gives up her education, I say, before I can stop myself. Michael's jaw tightens. Mom? I'm just asking questions, I say, looking at May. Don't you have your own dreams? Your own ambitions? What about your independence? May's smile doesn't waver, but I see something flicker in her eyes. Confusion, maybe hurt. My dream is to build a good life with Michael. That's not giving up independence. That's choosing to invest in our relationship. In my culture, we believe strong relationships need sacrifice. Sometimes his needs come first, sometimes mine will. But historically, it's always the woman who sacrifices, Sarah says, trying to back me up. Maybe, May says softly. But Michael is good man. He sacrifices for me too, in different ways. I want to ask what ways, but Michael stands abruptly. I'll bring the food out. May immediately stands with him. I'll help. They disappear into the kitchen, and I hear them murmuring to each other, then Michael's low laugh. When did he start laughing like that? So easily? We sit, eat. The dumplings are spectacular, and everyone says so. multiple times. May blushes, demurs, says they're simple. Michael eats 6 of them, praising each one. I watch his face. I don't think I've ever seen him enjoy food like this. When did I last cook for my son? Really cook, not reheat? The thought comes unbidden, and I shove it away. May, these are delicious, Sarah says. Do you cook a lot? Oh yes, I love cooking. My mother taught me. It's how we show love in my family. She touches Michael's arm. Michael is learning too. Last week he made congee by himself. That's wonderful that you're teaching him, Jennifer says. He's a good student, May says, and the way she says it, so proud, so fond, makes my chest tight. I set down my fork. Don't you think it's a bit regressive, though? Women in the kitchen, teaching men who never bothered to learn before? The table goes silent. Mom, Michael says, warning in his voice. I'm just saying, we spent generations fighting so women wouldn't be defined by domestic labor, and now... Now women can choose, May interrupts gently, but there's steel underneath. I choose to cook because I enjoy it, because it makes people I love happy. That's my choice. Isn't feminism about choice? It's about liberation, I say. From what? May asks. From doing things that bring joy. I don't have an answer for that. The rest of dinner is strained. People try to change subjects. Work, weather, holiday plans. May is quiet now, still polite, still helps clear plates without being asked. Michael barely looks at me. After dessert, May excuses herself to the bathroom. The moment she's gone, I corner Michael in the kitchen. She's not what I raised you to value. Michael stops loading the dishwasher and turns to face me. His expression is harder than I've ever seen it. You raised me to value kindness, authenticity, respect. She's the kindest, most authentic person I've ever met. And she doesn't perform it for anyone, she just is. She's performing traditional femininity, I say. Mom. He's quiet, but his voice is shaking. Maybe you're the one performing. That lands like a slap. I spent my whole childhood eating frozen dinners and takeout. You told me it was because cooking was gendered labor, that you wouldn't be a kitchen slave. And I believed you. I thought that was normal. But you know what? It wasn't about principles. You just didn't want to do it, and that's fine, but don't pretend it was politics. May cooks because she loves it. You didn't cook because you didn't want to. Those are both valid, but only one of you is honest about it. May returns before I can respond. She thanks me quietly for having her, puts on her shoes, takes Michael's hand. At the door, she turns back. Thank you for dinner, Laura. I hope we can get to know each other better. I don't respond. After they leave, Sarah says, That was rough. She's given up her education for a man, I say. She's making a choice, Sarah says carefully. Same as you did. Different choice, but still hers. My book club friends leave shortly after. I'm alone with the leftovers, the dirty dishes, and the remaining dumplings that no one could finish. I eat one cold at midnight. It's still better than anything I've made in years. 6 months pass. Michael texts regularly, but briefly. Calls every other week. When I ask about May, he says, She's good, and changes subjects. Then, on a Tuesday in May, I find out about the engagement from Facebook. Michael's profile picture updates. Him and May, her hand extended, showing a simple gold band with a small diamond. Caption, She said yes. 200 likes in the first hour. Comments flooding in. Congrats, bro! Finally. She's perfect for you. He texts me 4 hours later. Hey, Mom. Wanted to let you know. I proposed to May last night. We're engaged. 4 hours. I was his mother for 28 years, and I found out 4 hours after the internet did. I call him. It goes to voicemail. I text, Congratulations. When's the wedding? We're thinking October. Small ceremony. I'll send details soon. That's it. That's all I get. I call my sister Chloe. She's 55 too. Married 25 years to the same man. 3 kids. lives in a suburb with a white picket fence, and probably bakes cookies from scratch. Did you know Michael was going to propose? I ask. He called me last month asking about grandmother's ring, Chloe says. I told him Dad probably still had it. He asked Dad? Laura, he asked everyone except you. That hurts more than it should. Why didn't anyone tell me? Chloe sighs. Because you made it pretty clear at Thanksgiving that you don't approve. He didn't want the drama before the proposal. I don't not approve, I just think... You think May isn't good enough because she doesn't match your ideology. We all see it, Laura. Even Michael sees it. We hang up shortly after. 2 weeks later, Michael invites me to visit them in Seattle. We'd love for you to see the apartment, he says. Love, we, not I. I book a flight for the following weekend. Their apartment is in Capitol Hill, a one-bedroom with big windows and light wood floors. When Michael opens the door, the smell hits me immediately, something cooking, spices I can't identify, savory and rich. The place is immaculate but warm. Plants on the windowsill. Photos everywhere. Them at Pike Place Market, them hiking, them making dumplings together. The kitchen is small but organized. A rice cooker, a bamboo steamer, jars of spices labeled in Chinese characters. May emerges from the kitchen wearing an apron, hair tied back. Laura! Perfect timing. I'm making Michael's favorite, Hong Shao Rou, red braised pork. His favorite? The words come out before I can stop them. He requests it every week, May laughs. Come, sit. Dinner will be ready soon. I sit at their small table. Michael brings me tea without asking if I want any. The tea set is delicate, painted with blue flowers. May's teaching me about tea, he says. Different types for different moods. This is oolong, good for digestion. When did my son become someone who knows about tea? May brings dish after dish, the red braised pork, gleaming and tender, stir-fried greens with garlic, a soup with tofu and preserved vegetables, perfect white rice. She serves me first. Guest gets first choice. Then Michael, then herself. Michael eats like he's starving, like he's never tasted food before. Between bites, he tells me about May, teaching him knife skills, about regional Chinese cooking styles, about how they visit different Asian markets to find specific ingredients. I pick at my food, though it's delicious. I can't stop watching them. The way May tops off his tea without him asking, the way he gets up to grab her more napkins before she needs them, the way they move around each other in the small space like they've been doing this for decades. This is really good, May, I force myself to say. Thank you. Michael helps now too. Last week, he made the whole meal himself. Just the pork, Michael corrects, smiling. She coached me through everything else. After dinner, May insists on cleaning alone. You two should catch up. You don't see each other enough. She disappears into the kitchen, humming something soft. I turn to Michael. You didn't tell me first. About the engagement. He sets down his tea. Mom, I told you last month I was thinking about proposing. You said, do what you want. I didn't think you were serious about her. His face hardens. I'm marrying her, Mom. This is happening, and I really need you to try, actually try, to be happy for me. How can I be happy watching you marry someone who's giving up her life for you? She's not giving up anything. She's building something with me. There's a difference. You don't see it now, but eventually she'll resent... No. His voice is firm. You resented Dad because you felt trapped. May doesn't feel trapped. She feels chosen. And I feel chosen too. That's the difference. You never understood partnership. You only understood independence or servitude, nothing in between. From the kitchen, we hear dishes clinking. May still humming. She's happy, Mom. I'm happy. Why can't that be enough? I don't have an answer. I leave the next morning. On the flight home, I scroll through Michael's Instagram again. Every photo from the past 6 months has May in it. May laughing, May cooking, May at the farmer's market, May and Michael at a concert. The comments are all positive. Even Michael's ex-girlfriend from college commented on the engagement photo. "Congrats, Michael! She seems so sweet. Everyone loves her. Everyone except me." I open my own Instagram. My last post is from 3 weeks ago. A quote graphic about women not owing anyone their labor. 43 likes. 3 comments. My dating apps. 4 unresponded matches. 1 message. Do you actually want to meet or just collect matches? When I get home, my condo is cold. I turn up the heat. Open the fridge, Greek yogurt, pre-washed salad, white wine. The freezer, lean cuisines, ice cream. I heat up a lean cuisine. Eat it standing at the counter. It tastes like cardboard, but that's not the meal's fault. My phone buzzes, my sister. Michael called, said you visited, said it didn't go well. What happened? I don't respond. Instead, I open Facebook again, scroll through the engagement photos. In one, May is feeding Michael a piece of cake, both of them laughing, frosting on his nose. I remember when Michael was 5. I forgot his birthday cake. Robert had to run to the grocery store last minute. Michael cried, and I told him, "Life isn't fair, kiddo. Better learn it early." When did I become the mother I never wanted to be? Cold, absent, more concerned with making a point than making a memory? I closed the laptop. Tell myself that's not fair. I gave Michael independence, self-sufficiency, important life skills. But he didn't learn to laugh like that from me 4 months to the wedding. Chloe hosts a family dinner to bring everyone together. Her husband grills in the backyard, her kids running around, the whole suburban dream I rejected. May fits right in. She helps Chloe with sides, plays with the kids, compliments the house. Chloe whispers to me, "She's lovely." You must be so thrilled. I smile with my teeth. At dinner, talk turns to the wedding. May explains the tea ceremony, serving tea to elders to show respect. That seems very hierarchical, I say. What about something more egalitarian? Chloe kicks me under the table. It's about gratitude, May says quietly. Michael loves the idea. Does he? Or did you convince him? Michael stands. We are leaving. Michael, sit? No. Apologize to May. I'm just being honest. You're being cruel. His voice breaks. You lecture about respecting women, but you've disrespected May from day one because she doesn't fit your narrow definition. You're so obsessed with your ideology you can't see I found someone who actually loves me. They leave. Chloe says, "You're going to lose him." I don't respond. October arrives. The wedding is in a Chinese banquet hall I've never been to. 200 guests. I sit in the back. May wears a red qipao, then white, then gold. The tea ceremony. Michael and May kneel, serve tea to elders. When they reach me, May's hands shake slightly. I take the tea. Don't drink it. At the reception, Michael's friends give speeches about how May brought him to life. Robert toasts. To partners who make you better. The favors are handmade origami cranes. Mine says, "Thank you for raising Michael to be so kind." May I fold it into my purse? The final moment, Michael feeding May cake. Both laughing, frosting on her nose, everyone cheering. I watch from my table, alone. That night, my condo. Frozen pizza in the oven. I scroll through wedding photos Michael posted. One caption, "Marrying my best friend." Mom, thank you for teaching me to value authenticity. I found it in May. He's still trying to include me. I open my notes app, type, maybe I was wrong. Maybe love looks different than I thought. Maybe delete. Type instead, she'll realize eventually that sacrificing yourself for a man never works out. He'll get comfortable. She'll get resentful. I give it 5 years. Post it in book club group chat. Sarah responds. Or maybe they'll be happy and you'll have to live with that. I don't reply. Look around my empty apartment. No photos, no cooking smells, no one to call. I tell myself I was right. I did my best. Michael will see it eventually. but I know he won't call as much anymore, and that hurts more than being wrong ever could. At least I stood by my principles, but even I don't believe it.